Wait,
Oh,
that did work.
Hello, are we live?
Doing it without the timer made it work. I'm a genius.
Today.
Or possibly it couldn't support doing all the fun stuff. Yeah, it says we have viewers and everything.
yep.
Yay!
Well, I don't know what
YouTube
happened,
said we're live.
but we're here. So it
So weird.
decided no intro today.
I don't want it.
It said, don't make me.
It's like, no, we can't handle the processing power of a 90 or a 60-second video.
Not today. So, how's everybody? My weekend was uneventful as I mostly laid in bed regretting existence.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because it's been 2 weeks since we've streamed, so I want to go ahead and be selfish and steal the beginning arc, as you would have it. Uh, well, one, I'm gonna just warn everybody right now. It's one of those days, so Sam's gonna be trying to remember every word in existence ever. But I got approved for Vyepti, which
Yay!
let me tell you, the whole phone call and everything for that was a fucking roller coaster because trying to make it to where I can see RP's comments. Um like they call me and they're like, "Hey, do you want to schedule your infusion?" And I'm like, "Does that mean the insurance approved it?" They're like, "Yeah, the insurance approved it." And I was like, "Yes." And they're like, "Yeah, and your copay after insurance is $1,200." And I'm like, "Oh, that's good. Okay." And which my math brain immediately goes, so that's 4 times a year, so that's almost $5,000 that we cannot afford. And then she's like, but we have a savings program, and if you qualify for it, they'll cover the copay. And I was like, yes, go on. And she's like,
Oh,
here's a phone number. And I called the phone number, and it's almost identical to the Emgality savings card. They're like, "Do you have commercial insurance?" And I went, "Yes." And they're like, "Well, you'll be approved." And I was like,
yeah,
"Yes."
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. My new ADHD med, which has been working really well for me, had almost the exact same thing where it's like, oh, it's gonna be $1,200 a month after insurance, and I go, I no, and they're like, or you can do there's the saving card and then it'll be $15, and I'm like, that one. So I'm just like every time I just show a little code and it's like, okay, $15. I'm like, oh,
Woohoo!
great.
Yeah, so she's like, yeah, the savings card, like, she's like, you qualify, and I was like, yes. And then I misheard her and thought she was like, yeah, so it'll cover up to 1,200 a year, and I'm like, no, that's still 3,600. I gotta figure out how to cover. And I was like, so I'm double checking all the information, and I was like, and it only covers 1,200 a year, and she's like, 12,000, baby, 12,000, and I was like, oh, good. I'm like, ah.
That's a big
Ooh.
So
like I said,
my first infusion is Wednesday, and I've been, looking stuff up, trying not to get my hopes up, because with any new medication, it can take like, you know, months to get in and to do things and stuff. But one of the reasons Vyepti is currently so oh, you know, held up is because a lot of patients, like, is essentially patients that it works for usually feel the effects within 24 hours to a couple weeks. And although, of course, there are cases where it takes longer and stuff, and I am famously resistant to medication.
yeah.
So I'm like, if it doesn't start working Thursday, it doesn't mean it won't work. But I'm really hoping it does
Yeah.
because fuck these migraines. Like, my PMDD is back under control. Like, when I start to feel my medication not working anymore, I know that my PMS is here, and I take double my dose for 4 days, well, for 7 days as instructed, and then I'm good to go again. And so my anxiety has been a non-issue. but
A lucky dream.
but like everything else, the migraines and stuff.
Everything else sucks. But
But this isn't an issue anymore. Which, like, I was talking to my husband, and I was like, I so hope this migraine treatment works. Because if it works, then literally the only thing I will be dealing with anymore is the perimenopause symptoms. Which some of those symptoms will be treated as a result of the medications treating my other conditions. So it won't
yeah,
be as bad, but like, still a thing.
yeah.
Hmm.
Which, but I'd rather just deal with one thing than three. That, especially when there are three things whose symptoms feed off of and trigger each other.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll catch up on chat real quick. RP said hi. The last 5 days have been awesome. The dot 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 makes me question. Thursday, I was tentatively approved for the farming plot that I applied for. Oh, nice! So I might start my own business next year. Sweet. The weekend was blissfully uneventful, which is always amazing. Oh, that's good. And then today, 3 incredible busted cards got banned from the standard format in Magic. Okay, I did read that right. So anything is possible in the format again. Oh, lovely. Hey, yo, Katrina! Been a while since we have seen your lovely face.
Relatable.
So, Cody, CB, chat, what have y'all been up to as you know? Oh, again, chat, as has been the case since my migraines started getting bad at the end of some month this year. The stream might be 1 hour, might be 2, might go the full 3. We don't know. My head will let us know.
I have been absent here because I've been working.
Murder.
No, I've been doing camp, and but camp has come to a close, not without injury, of course, in true me fashion. A sprained knee, ankle, and wrist. I've gone, but it's getting better, I think. But like the last 2 days, the first 2 days that I've been able to just like, literally, I've like almost sat around all day doing nothing. But I did like from me sitting in bed all day versus me sitting here, and then like I have my leg propped up under the desk. I think that my leg being straight hurts more than my leg being at a little bit of a curve. And
Probably.
so like, is my brace causing me extra pain? Because I haven't worn the brace today. And I've been like, wow, my knee doesn't hurt that much. And then I sit here and have my leg up straight, and I'm like, ow, my knee hurts. So, what the fuck do I know? But yeah, I should have today, but I didn't. So tomorrow I have to make an appointment with a physical therapist. But I don't really know how to go about that other than just calling a place. So I've been like lightly putting that off, but it's fine.
Do you have a
I've called the place
PCP?
already, but we have to like call back and play phone tag and all that unpleasant stuff.
Well, do you have a PCP? A primary care physician?
I do, but it's not the one that, because this is a workers' comp injury. And so I went to an urgent care that is under their umbrella, and they gave me a recommendation, like a referral to physical
Yeah, because
therapy.
that's what I was about to say. Usually you get a referral.
But not to a specific place or anything, just in general. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. So I need to figure that out tomorrow.
Fox is
But anyway,
demanding.
elsewise, I rearranged my room, which is why it's a different background. And that's really it. I've done basically nothing. For all summer, which has sucked because I was like, oh, I'm entering the final bit of my novel of this draft, and then I got this job, and I was like, okay, I want to make sure I don't like do absolutely nothing as I have this job, because last summer that made me sad, and then I did it again. which I was doing pretty okay. I was like doing a little bit of the writing and stuff, and then I got hurt, and then I was just tired all the time because injuries make you tired. And then also being in pain makes you tired. So, but and then I did basically nothing for a week other than like pick up the pieces of my life um, after like procrastinating on existing all summer because I was so go 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 with the job. And also I was just tired, so I wanted to relax. Read a couple books in like 24 hours. Um, I bought myself a Dan May novel as a reward for finishing camp. This one, and then I read it in 24 hours. And so, like, a third of the way through this, I bought the second one. And then I started the second one, and I was like, well, there's only three of them. So I bought the third one as well. Um, but I'm only on the second. Because I was like, wait, I'm enjoying it. I should calm myself and read a little slower. So I've been focusing on fan fiction.
Oh,
Yeah, that's basically what's been happening with me. I saw the new Spider-Man on Friday, and I won't say any spoilers because I'm not an awful person. But I absolutely loved it. I love Spider-Man so much. Just so much. Love Spider-Man. Love Tom Holland. Love Zendaya.
our
And that's
book talk's coming back Friday.
and our book talks are coming back.
Had to
Um,
rearrange my whole last schedule. We will no longer be having a Pride themed one because it would affect the rest of my year schedule.
yeah,
It's fine.
everything. So
We're queer all year, so fuck you.
yeah. If you disagree with that, okay. Um, quote Tom Holland, if you have a problem with me, call me, and if you don't have my number, then you can't have a problem with me. That's a very
I
blunt
like
quote,
that.
but that's basically what he said. So anyways, that's what I've been up to. I also watched the new Avatar movie in theaters. One of the few theaters that showed it is in Los Angeles, and it was this tiny theater. But I
They
watched
shot
it.
themselves in the foot so hard not releasing that to major theaters. Avatar fans would have. I would have seen it in theaters,
Well,
maybe.
Yeah. So my
I
dad
would
actually
have.
paid me to go see both those movies because I was buying it through his Fandango account, and both of them I was like worried about it selling out, like especially with Avatar. I was literally at my other job, and one of my coworkers was like, Avatar tickets are back online because originally it was just one day, and then they opened it up for 1 week. And like my phone was glitching so much because the site kept crashing because so many people were trying to buy tickets, and so I just went bam 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 through checkout and just used my dad's card. I was like, I'll pay you back. And he's like, go have fun. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And then for Spider-Man, I did the same thing. Not with it crashing, but I just forgot to switch it to my card. And I like bought 2 tickets to see with my roommate. And he's like, only pay me back for half of it. I'll pay for your tickets, not your roommates. I'm like, I don't care. Thank you. Thank you for paying a $30 ticket because I live in Los Angeles for me to go see Spider-Man. So, is Sam as Frozen or just as being Joker-esque?
No,
Cody,
it's
how have
frozen.
you been?
I've been, uh, I've been good. So speaking of medical stuff, I got my blood drawn and stuff on Wednesday. I got my medical stuff back. Um,
It's gonna be a short
high
stream just because
cholesterol,
my internet doesn't want to get its shit together.
You're so quiet all of a
te-
sudden.
technical problems, and now internet problems.
Yeah.
Don't adjust me too much.
Okay.
Fox and I are
I'm
doing a thing.
maxed out on my volume.
I know you are.
So a problematic. It's not great for all of us.
So but I got my bed result. I got my
Wait, I missed something. What's problematic?
Okay, Cody, you're glitching out. Audio.
what? No, no.
All right. So just start from the beginning. Start from the top. How are you doing?
Hello, hi. 1 2 1 2.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Wednesday, I got a full blood panel done, so I got a little bruise on my arm, and so I got the results back. High cholesterol, boring voodoo stuff, blah blah blah. Fun fact: did you know that if your vitamin D levels are too low, they're considered as uh, you have a vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah.
This level is 30 like milligrams or whatever the unit is. I'm at 8.4.
Holy fuck. Oh my god.
Oh, so I was about to say, my chat should be familiar with this, as that was like the first medical thing that I got fixed. Because mine was like at 4 point. My doctor was like, I've never seen anyone with a level as low as you. And so, because like the majority of the US is currently vitamin D deficiency. So being vitamin D deficient isn't like
I got
that
my
weird.
blood done and they were like, good job, you're all good.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks. I have good blood, and that's about it.
You're not a 30-year-old vampire.
No, I'm not. For once, I have something that is good. Let me have this. But Cody, that is so concerning. But from what Sam says, it sounds like they can fix it.
Yeah, you just take vitamin D supplements.
Go lay in the sun.
Tomorrow I'm getting a vitamin. Well, I'm getting a 50,000 unit vitamin D supplement that I take once a week.
50,000?
50,000. I said those
50,000
words.
Yeah. That's what they put me on at first until my vitamin D leveled out, and then now I take this little guy.
Having 50,000 of anything feels like it's concerning.
It's like 50,000 UI. I don't know what the
Yeah.
units are.
Okay, well, look, for comparison, currently I take 125 mcg, which is 5,000 UI, so...
Okay.
Just times that by 10.
Yeah. Which, because when my vitamin D was good, my doctor was like, oh yeah, at this point, normally we would just let you go off the vitamin D. And he's like, but yours was really low, so just take it for, you know, ever. And I'm like, I'm good with that. He's like, it won't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that explains why I've been feeling like shit for the past few months. Because, fun fact, vitamin D is basically the building blocks and survival of the human body.
Yes. I did
So,
know
I didn't know this. That's why this explains why I feel like shit all the time. Probably why my anxiety is rampant and why my depression's so bad. Well, on my major antidepressants. So,
Yeah, the sun, important.
I was going for walks every day, then became like 110.
To do in
Every
the sun,
day for like
I
2 months.
know that vitamin D deficiencies go much deeper on a scientific level. It's just you need to be in the sun more. I'm doing it for the bit. I need to say that.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I truly was like,
See,
I was going
I'm
for daily
aware.
walks, but then it got so hot. So
I'm
that's
an-
where all my vitamin D went.
I'm an ancient immortal of mysterious and unknown origin. We don't actually know what chemicals I require to survive. We're just guessing.
Oh, fun fact:
I'm
in the
just guessing.
sun, I have tan lines. My leg looks like Neapolitan ice cream. My foot, so fucking pale.
Oh my god.
Looks undead. My beginning of my shin is like, okay, a nice tan. A little bit higher is like, oh, okay, that's tan. A little bit higher, we're back to being a little bit paler because we've hit where the knee brace was the last week of camp. Yes, I have tan lines from my knee brace and my ankle brace, along with my shoes, and it's so bad.
Because of my sandals and how quickly I gain and lose a tan, most of the summer I just have this netting pattern on the top of my feet.
It's so bad. All right, I literally am like thinking like, how do I make my feet look less deathly? And I'm like, I'm gonna go sit outside in like pants, just without socks, and put sunscreen on my feet.
Just tan
and
your
just
feet.
Dogs out. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna, every time I shower, I give myself a little jump scare. Like, I'm not joking. It's really concerning looking.
Katrina says she's normally not outside long enough to get tan lines. See, that's the thing. I tan if I'm out in the sun for like an hour or less. So
right now, but I also have like a collar of my shirt tan. Luckily, it doesn't show up on camera. Ignore the fact that I scratched myself. And then I have, like, you can see it a little bit there. That verse like here, I did sleeveless on all of my camp shirts just so it'd be a little less farmer's tanny. But I should go even things out, but that would require me to be in the sun, and it's hot, and I don't enjoy that. So,
For some reason, my legs resist all things the weather. So we went out west, California, Arizona area. I wore flip flops the entire time. My feet were tan. You can see the tan lines where my flip flops were. For some reason, then my leg, like my shin, pale as a ghost. Now you may be wondering, you just wore pants the entire time. No, no, no. I never wear pants. I hate pants. I'm a shorts person. I am that Caucasian. I wear shorts in the dead of winter
RP
if I can
has
get away with it.
RP has a literal farmer's tan, guys. I just want to point that
Well,
out because he says he's
listen,
like,
they're farmers, so.
yeah.
But it's like I don't know how. I don't know why. I was in the middle of the ocean with whale watching. I came back. My feet were tan. My legs ghostly
Oh,
white.
well,
I
that's
don't know.
okay. All right, here's a thing that people may not know, and it's good survival information to know. When you are around water on a sunny day, you are more exposed to
yeah.
sun because the light reflects off the water. So you have to stay more hydrated. So like if you're at a pool or if you're at the beach or something and it's a really sunny day and you're like actively in the water and everything, you need to work to stay more hydrated and you have to be more aware of like your sunscreen and stuff because you like that was like used to be my downfall with sun sickness is because I would just stay in the pool forever. But like it would be a half shaded pool, so like we would have to run to go to the shade.
Oops.
Unless you want on a secret, I never wore sunscreen while I was out there.
Stevie, get out
Not
of
a single
there.
day.
You
Not a
told me
single
to do
day. No sunscreen.
something, and I don't know how to do it.
You
All right.
already did it. It's fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, what were you saying, Cody?
Sorry,
I
CV
was
currently
just.
has collaborator powers because FMUX and my internet were fighting, and so I'm
Yeah,
having her
and I
do
forgot how to
certain
do
things that I would
it.
usually do. Only it's been so long since she's used the program.
I just keep clicking shit and be like, oh, what about this? No, that's not what I should
He
be doing.
touches stuff. It makes me happy. And I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, when we're
Yeah.
ready to sprint, we'll just click the scene
Yeah,
down
I
one.
remember that right after I clicked the wrong button and it went.
At least on my one, that so, I don't know. I'm just saying, I never
I
used
know, but I
sunscreen
needed her to
before.
host Fox, and look, if she signs into me, then I can't be signed into me. So I had to give her power.
Cody was whale watching cool.
Sorry.
Oh my god, it was so fun. Being in the ocean whale watching for 2 hours was way more fun than Disneyland than we went to the day before. Because Disneyland sucked.
Oh, I'm
Wow.
sorry. I will say
Disney
Karina has
World is amazing.
I don't remember which one's which.
Disneyland's in
well,
California, Disney World's in
yeah, I was
Florida.
about to say I think World is in
Wait, so you were
Florida.
in California?
Like a decade ago.
Oh, I thought you were doing this was like within the past week, and I'm like, dude.
No.
No, we were just
Oh
talking
no,
about
no. If I was in
camping.
California, don't worry. You guys would know.
I'm like, wow. Did you
Katrina
want to
says
whale
she
me?
Katrina says she avoids the heat because it gets so hot and humid where she is that she experienced heat stroke. So now she avoids summer heat, which valid, very
All
fair.
summer telling kids to drink water, but they're like, but I just drank water. They're like,
Drink
I'm not thirsty, and I'm
more.
like, you're going to die.
You
So
need to
Chris and
drink
I
more.
for our anniversary because budget's tight and all those other things. I shipped my children off to my mother's house. And I specifically am the one who shipped them off because Chris was quite against this. He was extremely against me making his children sleep outside of his house. And I was like, they'll be fine. They'll have a good time.
Yeah.
So, uh, but one of the things that he and I did, because we were doing low budget anniversary, there's a nature walk that has been paved over an old railroad tracks.
Track.
And so we did that, and the weather was so nice and everything, and which Chris explained to me, the pathway, the way that they mix the pavement and stuff is bouncier, so it doesn't take
Mm.
as much energy to walk
Yes.
it. So we actually walked 4 miles that day, and I
Hey.
loved it. And there were things, rocks and stuff on the side that I was like, oh man, when I was a kid, my friend who lives out in the boondocks, we would basically just leave her house and go climb through the mountainous woods. And so I climbed a couple of them, and then I was like, I must teach our children to do this.
I
And
wish
so,
the ways of climbing.
yes, I must pass this down while I am still able to. And then so we took the kids there. And the day we took the kids there, it was like it was supposed to be even cooler than the day we went. And I was like, yes, it was so great. We got there, it was so fucking humid and hot. We only did like half of the distance because I
Oh,
could not do more. And Chris was like, you said it was supposed to be cooler. And I looked, I'm like, it is! It's 86! Feels like 95! That's not my fault!
oh.
I did not
That
receive that information.
Saturday. It was 86,
But
felt like 94. It's like, uh-huh.
I love climbing shit. Like I haven't just climbed shit in a while.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got this
Uh,
bad boy.
I 100% expected one of my children in specific to be really enthusiastic about the climbing. I expected a different child to not really want to climb at all, and I expected the another child to be like somewhere in the middle. Um, Child I expected to be enthusiastic about it was actually in the one that was in the middle. Child I expected to not really want to climb was the most enthusiastic and wanted to climb everything as soon as they figured out they were really good at it.
that's
The
good.
other child was fine with I'll go ahead and say the other child is my oldest and was fine with the climbing. But so I love him so much. And he doesn't care that I tell people this. He is so prissy. He hates getting dirty on
Yeah.
any level, especially his hands. And so he's like climbing down a rock, and I'm like, turn around to put your hands on it because, like, the safety rule is to always have 3 limbs touching something,
Yeah.
right? He's trying to climb down without putting his hands on anything. And I'm like, boy. And he goes, and he puts his hand on the rock, and then he stands up. And I accidentally got a picture of this, but he looks so displeased. He's like so upset with me. He's, he's like,
From touching the rocks.
yes, because I got dirt on his hands.
Oh my god. Oh, that's
Um,
so funny.
He
but
hates getting dirty. Like if I got him rock glove, like just gloves, he'd be down. He'd be fine because then his hands would be clean. But so he climbed a couple other things very carefully, and anytime I told him if he doesn't want to get his clothes dirty, he can wipe his hands on my shorts, and he was like, no, it's fine. But
like
I
That's
don't.
like my go-to is wiping my hands on my pants. It's like instant. I have to wipe my hands on my shorts.
Right, but it is 7:38, so we should get into.
I'm gonna go make food.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on a mock-up of a cosplay.
Amazing. All right. 3, 2, 1. Wait, let me restart it. Eh, there. There. Hello there.
Hello there.
I went and I got Storm.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, it's a storm. A storm's a
Storm.
brewing.
My brain was like, not another one. I just got over the last migraine, sort of.
No. Hi, Storm. Hey. What'd you
Storm's
get?
like, why am I stuck in here now?
I made a sandwich and I ate it. And then I have these like yummy juice drinks in the fridge, but they're the exact same size and shape as some alcoholic beverages in the fridge, which sit right next to them, and I keep almost grabbing the alcohol when I'm trying to grab juice. And I'm like, nope, that would change the layout of my evening.
We'd get a different CB on stream.
Yeah. One that just goes to sleep, because that's all I do when I drink.
Actually, that's normal CB.
Yeah.
EP Sleepy's normal CB.
But, yeah, I went and heated the tomato soup back up and made Chris and me sandwiches with the sandwich maker.
Yeah.
And then I ate dinner. So, sandwiches all around. And then I checked 2 of my emails, and then I had like 2 minutes left, so I'm sitting here going, I don't know what to do. Because by the time I think of and remember a task, it's gonna be over.
I read. I didn't do anything.
I made a pot pie.
As in you heated up pot pie, or like,
Yes.
I'm gonna start dicing some shit right now in 30 minutes.
Cody
Listen, if it was me, I would have meal prepped and had that done already.
Yeah.
No, Cody sped run meal prepping and baking, and that pot pie didn't take 45 minutes in the stove like they usually would.
No, hell no. It took 4 minutes in the microwave.
Yesterday I was like, because yesterday I had a migraine, and I was like, okay, tomorrow I'll be back on the grind. And then I didn't. And so I'm gonna say tomorrow.
Let me tell you, since August began, this has been my thought process with CB. She hasn't spoken lately. Where is she? And then like, oh, okay, I see she's alive. And I'll be like, I haven't spoken in a couple days. And then she'll send me a like, hi. And I'll be like, hey. And then just nothing for days because we're both just mutually taken out by migraines.
Well, I've been, camp just ended in that I had my, I don't even know, coma week.
Your recovery week.
Yeah, and hypothetically ended today. I mean, I called Blake today. I hung this shelf above my desk. I cleaned my room some. I did dishes. So I did like little thing. I did a little bit of stuff today. But
Can you see if that's the same narrator from Misfortune?
not to the level that I should be.
The one where yeah.
Misfortune? She's just
No.
a little lady.
So, Chris has been playing Slay the Princess, and I've also played it a bit. And the narrator's voice sounds annoyingly familiar. Like I should know it. And last night I had the last night of the night before I had the thought. I was like, why are like the 2 psychological horror games that I know of that deal with you like following or that deal with somebody named the narrator? They're both voiced by sus-sounding British men.
Yep.
And then I heard the narrator just now, and I'm like, wait, are they the same man? So
That would be funny.
it doesn't say they are, or okay, so probably 2 different men who voicing very similar.
I have there's an anime I'm watching, and there's a particular character that has a voice, right? I know this voice from a little owl mascot, and now I'm hearing it out of a big burly man. And my brain only goes, that's a small owl. That's not a big burly man saying these words. Sir, how dare you? I know who you are.
Uh, Katrina outlined a chapter and a half and did some world building
Okay.
things. Oh, I also wanted to say welcome to Subin and Blake, who came during the sprint. That was the first sprint of the night. We're not yet sure how many more we're gonna have because migraines, and now I ate hot sandwiches and tomato soup and I feel hot. So
Oh no. Oh no.
Not too high.
RP says, started the process of selling cards I don't want to my local game store. I'm going to have so much store credit.
Do you have any avatar cards?
I'm pretty sure he's talking about
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, avatar magic cards. I just bought the Hobbit.
Oh, the crossover. Okay, yes.
Expanded universe or whatever.
Which reminds me, husband, our child does not want these anymore. Do you want to look through them and see which ones you want?
Which child?
The child getting rid of everything they no longer have interest in.
When did you do Magic Card?
I think my boss sent them all card stuff for a holiday.
But it's a very bad.
Do you have Sokka Tenacious Tactician card, RP? Because that's the commander I want for my deck, and I have every card except that. The avatar? What avatar card?
One of them that's broken. When I don't know how much you know about Magic, but whenever Magic releases a new like collection of cards, some of them are like unfairly powerful for how the game works. And so from tournament plays and stuff, those cards will be banned to keep it fair for the general populace. Those are the ones you play specifically with your friends who, you know, just do whatever. RP says he does. And Badger Mole Cub is what got banned today.
I don't have Badger. That's one of the expensive cards, too. Or not, like, super expensive, but
It's from like an
probably
assassin.
$42? 43 Or market price is $37.
Huh?
It dropped all the 7.
The card is stupidly busted and should not have been printed.
Ooh, he got.
What are you looking at that you got so excited about?
He has full land.
Oh yeah, I forgot you are really into the full lands.
But yeah, I haven't really played that much, but I want to. I've just been working since I started buying the cards, so.
As long as you're willing to go on a trust system, we can duel over call.
Okay, yeah.
That's what Chris and I used to do. Except back in the day it was either over the phone or over Skype. Badger Mole Cub got up to $80 per copy, and then it's plummeted to less than half just since the... Well, yeah, once it becomes unviable in tournament play.
TCGs are a world I know nothing of, and I'm chill.
Chris and I used to keep up with the Magic one, and like we would go to the... Because it used to be that they only released a new... Fuck, what are they called? Yeah, they used to release a new set, like, what, once a year, twice a year?
3 times a year.
No, I think...
Set is 3 times a year.
Okay, yeah. So they used to release sets 3 times a year, and so card shops would, like, host midnight releases and, like, have little parties and stuff over it. And so we would go to those, and, you know, we would do our pulls, and then Chris would do all his research and specifically buy the ones he wanted to make his decks. And but then we found out that we were pregnant, and I was like, you know, well, there goes all our hobbies that require a lot of money, and unfortunately that was Magic, which we still have like a tub of cards because we will return to it one day. But then, like, Hasbro bought Wizards, and now they release sets like fucking candy, and so you can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Okay, RP said it used to be 4 times a year. This year there's 7 sets.
Yeah, I have played like a tiny little bit, but I want to do that more.
I used to keep up with all, because the thing that I really enjoyed about Magic is there used to be a, like, deep plethora of lore, and, like, the characters on the cards and stuff, you could, like, learn about their history, their backstories and stuff, and there were, like, quotes on the different cards. The flavor text was always my favorite part. And they started releasing novels, and then I bought, and I still own most of the Magic novels, especially the ones that were written by romance authors.
Yeah, I bought the Hobbit ones because I love the Hobbit. And at the bottom of most of the cards, there was either an actual quote from the Hobbit or like basically a quote from the Hobbit. And I was like, this is fun. That brought me joy. So
yeah. And then, like, when they started making the Planeswalker cards, so the, like, lore of Magic is that you, the player, are a being capable of going through different dimensions or different planes. That's what they're called. And so there was a card that was called Planeswalker Jaya, and it's like, oh, okay, so that character is also a Planeswalker, and then that's kind of cool. But then they just started printing what was called a Planeswalker card, and so they would have different characters and stuff on it, and those got, those were popular when they first came out. And it was, me and my friends, we all made our Planeswalker personas so that we could duel against each other. And that was the thing, the way you duel is you, like, summoned creatures from other planes and stuff.
yeah.
RP says War of Spark was peak Magic the Gathering lore, kind of been downhill since then, though, unfortunately. I think did we stop playing before War of Spark?
No idea.
Yeah, we stopped playing before then. The last thing I remember was Shards of Mirrodin, which I enjoyed because I liked the Mirrodin set, so I liked when they brought it back with Twist. Fox is saying Suntail Hawk over and over again and has an unhappy face, so.
I don't know.
I know that my friend, he made a Slither deck, which Slithers were basically these, like, little parasite things that would multiply quickly. But I was a blue player back in the day when blues were primarily known for counterspelling things and making you uncast your shit. And so
I do remember hearing that.
whenever he would put down a thing that was supposed to make slivers, I would be like, no. Like, I would hold a counter or an undo in my hand. There were even, like, artifacts that if you, like, paid a certain price, you could undo a spell a turn and stuff. And so he fucking hated me. He's like, how am I supposed to figure out if I actually like playing with slivers if you won't let me summon any? And I'm like, you picked the wrong opponent. I'm not about to let you give me a bad day. What? No.
Yeah, I have.
This is supposed to be a casual game. You're like, casual for who, motherfucker?
The deck I'm trying to play is red, blue, and white. America. No, that's the Sokka Tenacious Tactician one. And it's focuses on having allies. But I, again, haven't played it yet. So.
I know what that would have meant back when I played. I don't know what that means in the current because I know at least blue had changed a lot after Jace Bellerin, motherfucker. Yeah, Mirrodin was so long ago. RP, do you remember how old my oldest is? My oldest will be 15, so I have not, in fact, played or purchased Magic cards in 15 years. Well, I've played a game or two since then, but Blue is still known for counterspells and unsummons, still a pain in the ass, although counterspelling Slivers is funny. Thank you. Okay, Slivers is absolutely fucking not casual. Those motherfuckers. Yeah, I used to play Blue, Black, and Artifact. Those were my 3 primary things that I did. You're in for a hell of a time when you do come back to the game. I don't know, I'll pull out my old ass deck that's got cards from the first set. And we'll see how I do.
I sort the unsorted, like we get bulk in the store, and I go through and I sort it, and some of the cards I'm like, this was like vintage, like first edition D&D art, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, Chris used to follow some of the Magic the Gathering artists specifically, and a lot of the artists, at least the old artists, you used to be able to go to their websites, and you could, if you mailed them your cards with like stamps in a pre-addressed envelope, they'd sign the card with their art on it, and Chris has some Steve Argyle signed cards.
Yeah, I some of the art I'm like, this is gorgeous, I want this as a poster, and I was trying to look into like getting that, and I couldn't really figure it out.
Okay, it depends on the artist, because like I said, Steve Argyle used to sell his as prints as well. There were a couple of them that used to do it, but I don't know anymore. As
I have a pseudo dragon art piece that is from the 5.5 monster manual, because I met that artist and she signed it for me, which is fun. But she does, I follow her Instagram, she does a bunch of the magic art as well. She like specializes in drawing dragons, which is just really fucking cool.
That would make sense, as Wizards owns D&D and Magic, so.
Yeah. Dragons?
Dragons.
Who knows anything?
Dragons in my dungeons?
My niece is getting outside education on dragons because she was like talking about dragons, but she's like started reading this book series called The Dragon Squad, I think, or Dragon Master. Oh my gosh, there were 2 series she picked up. I think it was Disaster Squad and Dragon Masters. But like, she and I both misread Disaster Squad as Dinosaur Squad. And so did my sister when I sent her the picture, and she's like trying to see if there's anything inappropriate in the book series, and she's like, I cannot find Dinosaur Squad anywhere. And then I gave her the author, and she's like, is it Disaster Squad? And I look at it and I'm like, oh, so it is. I'm like, I'm sorry, that was the dyslexia. And she's like, I read it too. And I'm like, and you're dyslexic too. But with the Dragon Masters, she's like, the first book has a Chinese dragon, and she's like, yeah, this is a dragon, and she's like, although it's kind of more like a worm. And I'm like, and what do you think the difference between a worm and a dragon is? And she was like, wings, and I'm like, that is incorrect. Let me teach you a thing.
No, that's the difference between dragons, worms, and wyverns.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's actually just cultural. Dragons only exist in Europe, specifically England. Everywhere else has something else that, and technically,
as the dragon is the umbrella term. I know this is not what other people think of it, but I think of it as dragon the umbrella term.
No. See, let me finish. Dragons, as most people understand them, only exist in England, nowhere else. And honestly, the fact that this specific thing is the umbrella term, I wanted to do a Let's Talk Nagas because it annoyed me. I spent 2 days going down this rabbit hole of all the flying serpents in the world, and the term that the majority of them actually fall under, so what I feel should be the umbrella term, is Naga, because it's just a giant snake thing.
Okay.
Not the Greek Naga, the Indonesian naga.
Yeah.
So, because like in so many cultures, their dragons are just giant ass snakes. Some of them don't even fly. They're just
Yeah, a lot of them don't fly.
they're just off in the earth doing shit.
Most
And so I'm like,
most dragons, worms don't fly.
yeah, dragon, worm, wyvern, European only. And specific European cultures too.
Yeah.
Like dragon, if I remember correctly, dragon is specific only to like the British Isles. Worm is actually, I think, the Scandinavian term. And then
Germanic as well.
well, Scandinavian and Proto-Germanic have the similar roots.
Mm.
So like Germany and all of them share roots with Scandinavia. I was only saying Scandinavia because that's the only one I know for sure, because like in the Edda and all of that, they refer to dragons as worms. And then I forget wyvern. I think wyvern is the Celtic region specifically, and most of those the wings are attached to the front arms, and that's the main difference between them and a dragon.
Every time I hear worm, the only thing I can think of is, would you love me if I was a worm?
Would you love me if I was a worm spelled with a Y?
Yeah, that's why I said worm and not worm.
I would
That's
be
actually where Storm's Air idea came from. I'm joking.
If I fear that if I asked my youngest if she would love me if I was a worm, she'd say yes, but then she'd feed me to the birds for nutrition.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's how she be.
That's how she be.
But yes.
That sounds accurate, yeah.
I want to go back down my wormhole and do all my research in one day. When my brain is behaving again, I want to do a Let's Talk Nagas. It's a note. So I will be I of course did not unload all of this information onto my niece. I just let her know that most dragons actually lack four limbs.
Dragons, because that will get more attention than being like specifically Nagas, and then you can be like Uno reverse.
No.
It actually is Naga.
No.
You could do Let's Talk Dragons ... or Nagas.
No.
Okay, I'll stop now.
I'll do what I want to do. I will die on the hills I want to die on.
I'll die on the hills I want to die on.
Sam pulls up a whole PowerPoint for her niece. I would.
All right, class, we have a presentation.
One day I'll pull up my Mila note and be like, shh, here we go.
That is pretty impressive in there. I've seen some. It's for a good solid few months. I did have a keys to the castle, and then I ratted myself out, and I promptly got removed.
I never removed your power from the castle.
Oh, you removed me from some boards that I shouldn't be looking at, and that Fox didn't want me to see, and you didn't want me to see. And I was like, that's fair and valid.
No, it was probably he was shy and didn't want to comment on it because of people who could see it, so I kicked everybody out that he didn't want to see him talk.
That's why I said I had the keys to the castle, and then I got promptly escorted off the premises.
I think you were just escorted back behind the like fancy red.
The VIP line, like, sir, get out of here. It's the VIP section.
Like those fancy red, like really thick rope kind of thing.
Velvet ropes, yeah.
Yeah, you were just put behind the velvet ropes. Oh, no, I didn't. How long do we want the next sprint to be?
20 minutes.
I just like in my head giggling that I got promptly removed from the premises.
It sounds like we don't like you, though.
No,
that's fine.
I removed him from the premises for Fox's comfort.
And she even told me, and I said, that's valid and fair.
Yeah.
He lives here, I don't. I'm just a guest.
I'm not just gonna kick you out and not tell you. Like, not with my anxiety-riddled friend group. I'll be like, what did I do? Like, nothing.
If anything, I was like, Sam, I think I'm seeing things I should be seeing. And you're like, what are you saying? Like, these things. You're like, that's fine. Oh, wait, Fox is slightly shy. We may have to remove that from you. And I'm like, okay, that's valid.
That is how that went. You were like, hey, I
That's
really
exactly
have
how
to
that
do these
went.
things. And I said, I don't care. And then I was talking to Fox, and he's like, I care. And I'm like, well, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Like I said, I got removed. I got promptly escorted off the premises. The security team was very nice.
Katrina, I still have the Fox Shrine. It still exists.
It does.
Oh my god, the Fox Shrine! Katrina, #1 Fox fan. Oh, I forgot about the Fox Shrine.
All right, I'm
I miss the
starting the
Fox
timer.
Shrine.
3, 2, 1, go.
Co-president of the Fox fan club.
CB, answer me.
Oh.
I did some more admitting things. Posted the schedule for the first time in like months, but it's there, which is, a good thing. And then I went on Pagebound to update my reading, and one of my mutuals on there finished reading one of the books for Summer of Swoon, and I was like, oh no. Like, this person is the kind of active I used to be and wish I was on this readers forum.
Yeah.
But alas, I can only live vicariously through them right now. But every time they finish a book, they go through and they go into the reviews and talk to other people. And I spy.
My wrist is hurting.
That's not good.
It's technically one of the sprains, and it actually hasn't been that bad to the point of not needing to wrap it or anything until right now. I don't know why. So, compress it. I don't need the immobilization, but I'm like, it just hurts like right here. Maybe I'll just move the whole thing down. I don't need it on my hand. But yeah, that's all that's happening for me right now. Storm left because she doesn't love me. So there's that. Cody, what'd you do?
Yeah.
Don't anyone ever tell you that sewing is a fun, easy, just casual thing you can do? It's stressful and it's awful and it's engineering, and I
Don't let
hate my life right
anybody
now.
tell you what's a fun, easy thing to do.
Sewing.
Oh, well, that depends on what you're doing and who you are. That's like my sister was talking about how she wants more dresses with pockets, and she wears some long flowing dresses, and I'm like, we can sew pockets in. And
That's easy.
I was describing her several ways to do it, and she's like, so what I'm hearing is I need to bring my sewing machine over to your house. And I'm like, I have a sewing machine. And she's like, but mine is portable and I want to learn how to use it better. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see.
Okay.
I see.
I'm unfortunately making a cosplay, and I'm making it from scratch only because I can't find a pattern. So I am doing a lot of engineering and a lot of brain and a lot of math, and everything sucks.
Cosplaying.
I'm making it. Let me bring it up on my felly telly.
Cool.
I'm pretty much making this,
Aw, that looks cozy.
which is just a kigurumi, right?
Okay.
The problem I'm currently having are these horns. They're not straight out; they're tilted backwards.
Is that a
So my brain is like, let's figure out how to tilt them backwards. And I'm sitting here like, okay, so if that's 6 inches, that's 6.5 inches. The arc needs to be like this. But no, now that doesn't work. Yeah, it's a fun time. I'm having a great time, guys.
Sounds like it.
It is fun, and I am having a good time. Just this moment is very stressful because nothing seems to want to work.
Yeah.
That's fair. Katrina went down memory lane, it seems, as she went to look through her fox shrine, and she was crying while laughing at it. She got more
Fox shrine.
outlining done, making lots of progress. Feels good to get back into it again. Awesome. Working on a witchy novel. She's on her last year of college, and students start going missing, and she's learning to deal with her magic growing. Oh, so it's like a mystery witchy novel, too. I'm down. I participated in the Summer of Swoon reading quest and was disappointed. But apparently I'm not the only one. From what I saw, the majority of people who did the quest, they were like, what the fuck? They're like, I was so excited by a romance-themed quest, and then these are the books we got? Somebody was like, I think that these were the books that they couldn't sell. That's why. Not that Pagebound couldn't sell, because it was a sponsored quest.
Yeah.
So they're like, I think these are the books they were having trouble selling, and that's why they sponsored the quest. And I was like, maybe. I will say most of my issues because like for the most part they were pretty fine plot and character wise. It's kind of average. I wouldn't say any of them were like above and beyond, but none of them were like atrocities. However, I would get to like there were some of the books that I read that it would basically be like plot, 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 swooning, yearning, da 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 da. Oh, they fuck, plot, fuck, plot, fuck, fuck. And this like the sex scenes would be longer than the plot sections, and I'm like,
I hate that.
like, okay, erotic romance is a thing now, and erotica has always been a thing. But I was told I would be reading a romance novel, which romance novels should have more romantic scenes or like plot discussions than they do the spicy sex. That's how it works. That's what makes a romance and an erotica and an erotic romance different.
Yes.
Stop. No.
That's all I hear in the background. I'm so sorry. It's just no.
And it's like, I don't mind spice in romance, as CB can attest to it. Doesn't bother me one bit. But I will get bored if there is more spice than fucking plot when I did not sign up for an erotica. So.
Oh my gosh, there is. I've always ranted about this particular book.
So I didn't say what book it was specifically, because I don't really want to blast them as I read.
Oh yeah, I
the
wouldn't.
Beginning of summer.
Yeah.
No, I mean if I remembered the book specifically, I would give no fucks about blasting a traditionally published novel. just not bother me one bit. But I just don't remember which one was which. So that's why I don't wanna.
There's one book in a series where like the main conflict was basically a custody battle between two gentlemen who ended up getting together. Right? The main crux was this custody battle over two children, being like who was gonna get the kids, who was gonna, and like one parent's better than the other. It was the whole crux of the book. At the end of the book, they literally just two sentenced away. Oh, we went to court, and the judge thought that we were both good parents, and that's it. And I'm like, no, I wanted to see a court scene. I was promised court battle. No court battle. I'm bad.
Cody's like, I was not here for the romance. I was here for the legalese.
Listen, I was here for romance that happened to end some point in a courtroom where I could see the children going, we want both, and I start sobbing my eyes out. So like, all right, they deserve both. And the judge will see that, the parents will see it, everyone will be so happy. No, a two-sentence fucking just wipe away. Ugh.
I agree, Katrina. When a romance book throws out the plot just because the spice has started, I start to become very disinterested. The better the book was before the spice started directly correlates to how annoyed I get afterward. Which the best romance novels do a really good job balancing the spicy with the plot that they already had going. So, but don't forget that there was a plot just because we're bumping bumps now.
Yeah, I've discovered for most romances that at least I read, it seems like at the 50% mark, the couples finally get together, and you're like, yay, cool. All right, okay, sex. All right, that's, you know what? Hey, it's your first night together. It's fine. All right, cool. Oh, more sex. All right, cool. Oh, morning sex. Okay, cool. Is there any plot in the sex? Nope, just sex. Okay, cool.
Okay,
all right.
So in the summer of swoon, there's a book called Cash. It was a Western romance. I gave it 4.5 stars, which I'm a very generous reviewer, so just losing half a star means something was up. Probably because the characters annoyed me. They were not poorly written. I was just annoyed by several of them. That one did a fair job balancing the spicy scenes with the plot. the plot was a little, the get-together was a little, like, one of those things where it's, like, coincidental and a lot of convenience, but that's, like, really common in romance, and I don't really care about that part, so that wasn't an issue for me. Story of my life, very toxic, masculine guy, but actually has a heart of gold, and she gotta fix him. Fine for my millennial ass. Can't imagine a lot of other people. I once again gave it a 4.5, which quality, I gave it a 4. I gave its quality a 4.0. And that's saying something, because I am very flexible with my quality. Oh, and a 4.5 for the plot. So something in the plot I hadn't gelled with. That one, I think, had, like, one of the things, so, with the thing. I'm still reading that one. Just for the Camera pissed me off the most because I loved that book before it got spicy. And then after, this is currently my lowest rated. I gave it a 4 right now, because a 3.5 for the enjoyment, a 3.5 for the quality, and a 4 for the characters and plot, because I fucking loved this book, and then they started having sex, and then I think this is the one where there was, after they started having sex, every other fucking scene was sex, and I don't care that every other scene is sex. Honestly, not my issue. My issue is when the sex scenes are longer than my plot scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that is the one that, as I was reading it, I was complaining to my sister over text. I'm like, they just don't stop. And she's like, I can't help you. I can't do anything about this. And I'm like, But yeah, so that one got a lower score because it upset the core of my being. Because it was so good until they started fucking. And then everything went downhill quality-wise.
That's unfortunate.
Love Song. I gave Love Song a 5.0. Which I will say, most people gave Love Song. Love Song has an average rating of 3.0. I would only read Love Song if you're very okay with very cis-het romances, which I am, so didn't bother me. I will say there was one thing that was used in the plot that I don't like being used as a plot thing, but I feel the way it was used is fine. So. And then the other one I read for Summer of Swoon was Female Fantasy, which I had been very excited about that book, but I only gave it a 4.0. Quality, characters, and plot were only 4, and then my enjoyment was 5. Because it doesn't need to be good for me to have a good time. That one got, like, a little campy, so, and the characters annoyed me a little bit, but my overall enjoyment. So that is my very short review of the 5 out of 6 books I've read for Summer of Swoon. I have to read the last one. But, like, it's in an ebook format. And as we know, famously, that is the most difficult format of book for me to read when my migraines exist, so.
Yeah, I get that.
So right now, I've been listening to Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot series.
Hilarious. Cool.
I finished 5 Little Pigs, and I'm currently listening to The Hollow. I don't have the next Agatha Christie yet. I still have a hold on it. So, because I'm trying to finish some series. That's my goal this year, is to read series, because I've read a bunch of book ones. And the last series I read was, oh my god, what's it called? Hidden Legacy. I read the Hidden Legacy trilogy and the sequel trilogy, and I need the third trilogy that doesn't exist yet. I need her to get writing. because I really liked that series. That series was great. And my next series is going to be Maze Runner.
Mm.
I actually liked book 1, so.
Dylan O'Brien. I know he's just the casting in the movie, but Dylan O'Brien.
To be fair, I saw the first Maze Runner movie and Chris and I liked it, and then, but that was like around the time it first came out, and then the Nostalgia Train read Maze Runner last year, and so that's how I read book 1, and then I was like, why is this familiar? And then we rewatched it, and I was like, it's you!
It's you.
It's like, I love him.
10 years older and somehow rich or famous.
I was gonna say somehow.
Respectful.
Hold on. Katrina said things. I struggled through a popular book talk trilogy because the female main character annoyed the shit out of me. Book talk. I was leaving the book open whenever I stopped reading because if I lost my page, I'd be like, oops, can't finish it. I lost my
Wow.
Can I ask what the book trilogy was? Because I want to know if I've read it. I've been reading a lot more book talk things, not because I have anything to do with book talk, but because somebody or some people, I'm not being vague, I just can't remember, but there is at least 1 or 2 people in the Year of Favorites club who apparently reads quite a bit of those, and so some of those are their favorites, and then that's how I become exposed to them, and I'm like, well, here I am now. Shadow and Bone. Oh! I see. I have read that series, yes. The Grishaverse, the first trilogy. I read the first trilogy and the second duology. I'm trying to remember if there's another one. No, there's another one coming out, but it hasn't come out yet. So yes, I've read the 5 Grishaverse and the prequel comic about the origins of the Dark One.
I don't know.
I agree though. Mal or the female MC was not why I was reading those books. I also was not reading them for Mal, but that's not here nor there. And I approve of them aging the Darkling up in the TV series. I think, because in the books, he definitely feels like he's ancient and like menacing, but I feel like because a lot of people's perceptions of things are tied to sight, that like if they had actually cast a 20-something, a lot of people would be like, oh, well, he looks young, he is young, and it's like, no.
Like, it's not that bad.
He's a monster.
He's a monster, Harry.
Struggled through the trilogy. I mean, that's fair. There are some books that in some series that it's like, I really want to read them, but it's a struggle. Started reading Six of Crows not long ago. For Six of Crows, I just mentally age everybody up 10 years. Makes it so much easier to believe what's going on. The prince from the second book in the trilogy, he was proud of, yes, he was why I kept reading. I love him. I was like, if anything happens to him, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rebel. Alright, so do we want to do a third sprint, or do we want to end early?
I'm good with ending early.
Yeah, I just suddenly got very Sony.
This has just turned into me and Katrina talking about books, and that's fine.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's a good background music to my brain going,
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the story, when they mention their age, I'm like, no, they're older. If I remember right, when I looked into it, those books were published in the era where publishers were forcing authors to age down characters so they could be sold as YA instead of adult. And I know that the author herself was the one who suggested and was in favor of aging them up for the TV show, so we can only speculate what may or may not have happened.
No one knows.
RP just finished submitting his trades to the game store. Alright, but CB will be hosting Whip Wednesday on Wednesday. I will be there at some point. We don't know if Sam's gonna be working or just moral support yet, because that's the day I'm getting my infusion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I will be locked in.
She will be. Alright, but
I'm just here on Mondays.
Friday, we're having our book talk where we're talking about a scandal. Hold on.
A Lady's Guide to Scandal.
Yes, thank you. A Lady's Guide to Scandals.
I
Which is
almost said
the...
Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting. But that's...
Yes. Well, it's in the Lady's Guide series, but they're not connected. So...
Tonally, I'm guessing that will be the same. Or similar.
But we will catch y'all later. Bye!